Okay, welcome to round number 4. Let's see who's the highest seed South African player here. I would assume Raphael, having won his game, would be a bit higher. So yes, Raphael Felix playing board number 35. And he's playing 35. What's happening here? So it was a London, and they exchanged the what? Who?
Trey. Oh, Trey, nice name. That was difficult.
Okay. Chase is playing in the club tournament. So his opponent is 1583. He's from Georgia. He outplayed a very strong opponent in the last round. So I've got, I believe you definitely play well here. And Black is using a lot of time to make simple decisions, so I'm not sure how he lost so much time quite early. And yes, a lot of rearrangement to make. The position is not that bad. Black should be trying to get this e5 breakthrough in. White should be... If White could get e4 in time, but he seems to be behind a little bit. Rook c1 really doesn't contribute to the demands of this position, but I guess he's making a quick move which doesn't change much. Now it's very important for Black to go e5. But it's taking too much time over trivial decisions. I wonder if bishop d3 e5 followed by bishop b1. This makes sense. He needs a plan, and I don't see a plan coming through unless you sort of activate the least active pieces. Bishop maybe to d3. This is the first candidate, but this is bad. Now e5 is even stronger, with the idea that if you play bishop f3, it just goes e4, which divides the board into two, and you can perhaps carry out a kingside attack. But the way the Black player is playing is quite undecided, so most likely he's not going to first of all take that commit out decision, but he's going to take too much time deciding on what he does next. Goes d5, which is really the wrong breakthrough. This breakthrough gives White the c file. It justifies this move rook c1, creates this pin which is already immediately taking advantage of. Very good of of Rafael to actually immediately jump on this without having to think too much about it. So now the pressure again is back on black. Now it's trying to move as quickly as he can. So this move puts, what's the pressure? Yeah, I don't think it was important to take immediately. I thought maybe you needed a move that put more pressure on d5. What I don't like about this take on c5 is it does activate black a little bit. He has to take with the knight, with the idea of maybe planting this knight on e4. But hey, thank you Lucia Maria, thank you for liking the stream, thanks for the support. Hey, eminently, thank you for liking the stream and welcome. You should be with me on these commentaries. 94. Hey, Banya Bukakauli, welcome to the stream and welcome and thank you. So yes, this is the idea I was saying, that this kind of works to black's advantage, that it kind of relieves a little bit of pressure on d5. And now queen d4 puts pressure on b6 is the right direction. Black has to figure out now how to handle this, and there's no easy way of dealing with this pressure. If you go b5, the problem is these squares become weak, and now we start seeing the advantage of the control of this open file. The rook is already there. And here, rook c7 makes a lot of sense. It's a pin, but at the same time, it's quite harassing these pieces. Now knight b6 is just coming in for free. And you still have to solve the problem of the bishop. Rook b8 just doesn't work after knight b6. Yeah, looks like black's position is falling apart. You already is a thinker, takes a lot of time to make a decision on queen b. Oh, this is just a terrible mistake. You take on b7 or d7. Oh, you were supposed to take the bishop first. You're supposed to take the bishop first. It was very important that he took the bishop first. But yeah, I think he just rushed. Because now, what do? Maybe take on d5? Yep. Rook takes d5. Because this doesn't work. Yeah. Bishop takes a4, queen takes d5. He's threatening the knight, so yeah, knight f6 is very important. But now queen c4 is very strong. Oh no, maybe not queen c4. Needs to find another move. Maybe simply just queen d4. But okay, black is under a lot of pressure, time-wise. Cake. You want to activate the knight, but so objectively speaking, white doesn't have a better position, but the time is an issue at this moment. Yeah, but white just has to play safe. Maybe b3. Is there any threat? Yeah, there's no threat on the king side. And now maybe just h3. It's okay, it's good. So wins a pawn. Bishop takes, and he doesn't really have much time to make these decisions. Now queen to c7. Okay, bishop should maybe come here or on c4. c4 is much more active. Yeah. It looks like white has managed to stabilize the position. a4. Just protecting the pawn. And now maybe you want to start initiating a few exchanges. Knight f5 does that. Yeah, I don't like this move because it could have gotten white into a pin, which was unnecessary. Yeah, knight f5. He doesn't have to think about that because he doesn't even have the time to do that. So now you need to create a breather around your king. Did I miss something? Oh, rook d8, but oh yes, very nice. Okay, the reason he couldn't take because rook d8 check would force a mate. But yeah, just threatening mate, and at the same time, now this one falls. Queen takes, the knight goes there. Check, bishop c4 check. Oh, you can play rook takes now. It's just exchanging blow after blow. Blake is just back in the game. His time is bad, but suddenly he's back in the game. But this check is very strong. Because whichever way you go, there is an annoying rook d7, and it doesn't look like there's anything very dangerous here. Oh, it's so quick. Now, queen, where do you go? He's got 3 seconds on the clock. This is very tight. And white doesn't have a useful check. Maybe this h5 check? Wow, this is very tight. I think queen h5 works. Because he needs to make a move. Whatever that move is, he needs to make a move. Yo, he didn't need to put himself in such a tight spot. What? And then he wants to pick up the rook. Why didn't he pick the knight here with check? Uh-oh. He's just gone from winning? No, queen h5 check. Picks up the knight and you've got a good position. This is the wrong way to do it. He might end up losing this position, but he's got lots of pawns. I doubt he would lose it. Now queen d7 supports the knight, so check. Do you take the pawn and just say, yeah, maybe? Now he has to open up for the king. Or queen d4. Queen d4 is probably much accurate. Ooh, check. Game of checks. We wanted entertainment, but I didn't think we had to get it this way. Well, why doesn't he just check? King has to hide. Yeah, this is scary. Now he's got mate on the cards. Check. Very good. Can he just go h4 when the queen is protecting? Yeah, like that. Because this check he can hide here. King goes there. Check. Now queen f3 check ensures that white doesn't lose anything and is winning, I think, on the knights have got a weakness that they struggle with passed pawns, number one, but they also struggle with h pawns, and he's got quite a few of passed pawns and he's got at least one edge pawn, which makes things interesting. The one positive side for knights is when you're in time trouble, they're very tricky to calculate. No, wrong pawn. You should have pushed this one. Okay, now it doesn't really matter. King e5 was the biggest problem. No, he should not. I thought he was going to just push this pawn 2 steps. Yeah. Now this is the point. Knights struggle with in these positions because they can't do anything. Now this pawn can go. Yeah, this time is just going to. It's going to struggle here. Now this can run. Takes. Pawn push. Then check, yeah. Then pawn will promote. This one can go. This one works also. Ooh. Queen check, very good. Very important. And then this check. Otherwise he had this knight f6 check. But now the queen promotes with check. Queen g6 check. Oh, even takes. Works. Okay. Nothing. Doesn't need to hurry. Okay. Check. Check. King comes here. And it's game over. Well done. He made it into a meal. It didn't have to be like that, but well done for converting that. It was done. Very nice. Considering what was he playing? Let's see. He's playing very high up, and that's a big win. He's got a lot of potential. I think his opening was not that great, and his middle game was not that great, but I think his time pressure mounted on his opponent. He really took advantage of everything that came to him. And then he slipped up a little bit. I think he relaxed. So that's Felix Rafael on board 35, who's close by. Board 35 means what is top 70. This is tough. This is the big leagues for their age groups. It's quite amazing. So we've got Abhinava. Abhinava, what's happening here? Okay, he lost his game. Let's see how he lost. So it was a Grand Prix. Bishop pawn a6. Bishop c4. So it looks like white gets everything he wants in the... This is a very simple opening, by the way. You want to play your queen to h4, you want to play your bishop to h6, you want to put your knight on g5, and then, since there's no knight here, your attack should be very simple. And oh yeah, another thing is, of course, for you to get the bishop to h6, you have to play f5, sacrifice a pawn or something. But bishop b3 is a bit suspect. You know, wait for d5 when it comes. In the meantime, implement your plan. Knight here, take the wrong one. Terrible. This is what's bad when people don't know what they're doing. It's better to eliminate this knight. It's the least active, plus it's the most useless also in this particular attack. So you take here, it's going to take with a pawn. Now you've got time to carry out your attack, and maybe start with queen g3, queen h3, f5, bishop h6, right? It's not complicated. This is the wrong one. Now this knight is already restricted by the pawns. On g3, it can't go there, it can't go there. It can only push one plan. When you have one plan, someone can easily stop it. If does it, his opponent doesn't bother to try and stop. And now knight h5. Okay, yeah, very nice. The problem is, so here you can't castle into danger. You need to figure out, yes, to figure out how to prevent this oncoming onslaught. How does he do that? You can play f5, but you don't have to castle. You can even play knight f6. Nope. Castle, f5, take, e5. This just makes this bishop come alive. It kind of makes sense. To play d5. Oh, you've got the queen on e1 also. It's a bit hectic. But leaving this bishop on f6 and allowing this pin is just... Oh, it's check. Okay. Okay, he has to do this, but now it's just clearly lost. It's the experience, I guess. Get the experience. But if you're playing the Sicilian, you must know how to deal with the Grand Prix. It's the easiest opening for any white player to learn, and you meet it a lot at club level. So it's worth spending the time and learning how to deal with it. Okay, we've got on board 75, Ethan Mungal. Oh, he was playing Calvin Jacobs. Two South Africans playing against each other. That's bad. It's not pleasant at all. So let's have a look what happened here. Five. So Ethan is playing white because allows this the Tarrasch. So it's the discussion is about the arising isolated pawn that comes up here in this position. But here they're playing a different structure where white wants to play knight e5 and black somehow hopes for an exchange of this pawn. I don't like the structure for black. Not sure why white never played knight e5. It's a key move in this position. Now it's just check. Oh, this is a massacre. I think Ethan just played something he doesn't know, and Calvin definitely capitalized on this. Very well played by Calvin. Yep, the pawn ending is completely won after this. Yeah, not to even mention the bishop. And the Fate Lady sings. Okay, fair enough. So that was board 75. Two South Africans playing against each other. And then on board 78, we have Remoletile playing against Yusen Lu. It doesn't say which country his opponent comes from. And Remoletile is playing white. What happened in this game? Let's see. White won. Okay, plays the London. Okay, not much to report home. Very comfortable position for white. And he steals a pawn here. Now it's just question of conversion. Take. The A pawn is very weak here on A6, so he's going to put more pressure on that. Queen D3, Rook B6. Now black's pieces are all tied to the defense of this pawn. A simple plan now. Yes, you can slowly improve the position. First of all, make sure that the king is safe. Bishop B2 threatens check. It's not mating, so I wonder why he plays this. Because now black could take on B2 and create some counterplay. Because take on B2 threatens this. There is rook takes A6. Yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't take on B2. A6 is hanging. This is just mating, right? This is lost. No. White misses a very simple winning plan. Rook check. The h7 square is covered by the queen, and there's no defense. It's mating. Mating 1, 2, 3 moves. The 3 moves are just desperados. First, you put the rook here, you take it for free. Then you put the queen here, you take it for free. Then you put the bishop here, you take it for free, and it's mate. In the game, he played check, 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 check. Made it into a big deal. It was forced though. So he just took the long route to the same result. Okay, so that's round 4. These are the 4 players, I think, that are in the top division, in the under 12 division. It looks like, okay, Rafael, okay, we've got that. Is there any other South African player in this section? No other South African player. Let's go to the girls. In the girls, we had the South African girl who won, I think, on a high board last time, the previous round. Let's see. I don't see anyone there. Wasn't that girl Haley winning? I thought she won. Okay. So, yeah, we had Gabriela Klassen on board 33. She lost a game to a WCM from Mexico. A WCM is a women candidate master. A women candidate master, and she gets the right moves in. These openings are much more about systems than they are about lines. Take in here. Looks like black is fine. I'm not sure how the loss came about here. Wow. Why didn't she? She was supposed to take first here on e3 with check, and then the king goes, and then she takes on f3. Okay. c3, yeah, she just broke down here. I think what Klaasen experienced here is the problem with these kind of openings. If you meet someone who knows what they're doing, you're not going to get an advantage, and you're just going to be saddled with a defensive position, and it's very uncomfortable, and that's what happened here. The opponent is a couple of like almost 500 points above him. So yeah, but she put up a fight. It was just hard. So that was board 33. Okay, let me look carefully because I'm missing. I'm almost quite certain there was a South African player who was on one of these top boards. Patient one. What happened in a game? Not sure what the result was. The game was drawn. She's playing white, so she meets the accelerated with this topical line with c3. Okay. The white approach. Okay, putting pressure. It was unnecessary to move backwards. I think she needed to play b4. Just keep up the pressure. Very nice spin. Take. Very good idea. This is just going to dissolve to a draw. Yeah. Drawn position. Not bad. I mean, on this means she's going up most likely if she drew at this board. Hailey now lost to Vacheri Machita from India. So here we've got a Sicilian, Marozzi bind, a Sicilian hedgehog. Okay, now white has gotten everything you want in this opening. So now he needs to put some pressure on the e file, not play on the queen side. Structures are very important. So here you need to play bishop b2, rook to e1, maybe perhaps bishop d4, and h3 and f4 to prevent this knight from becoming active. All these moves are very valid, but opening up the queen side just gives black counterplay, but black doesn't also know really. It's putting pressure on the wrong square. Somehow she manages to get yeah. What? Oh yeah. How did she draw this? She's clearly winning. Oh, this is painful to watch. So here there's so many ways. I mean, rook takes, check, wins. Check. Why so defensive? Oh, she beat herself. She needs to look at this game and correct a few things. She didn't, yeah. How did she got mated? Oh no, yeah, this is painful. From a clearly won position to this, yeah, this requires this is the kind of game you need to look at again. Okay, then Gabriela Klassen lost. Interesting how sidelines of the Sicilian are played a lot. This is just a plays bishop d3, rook goes in. He just drops a bishop like that. What's frustrating is this player is actually stronger than this. Yeah. The pressure also, like maybe as Chess was saying earlier, that when you're playing, you have a lot of pressure. You know your coach is looking, you know the whole world is looking. So yeah, that was the last board of the under 16 girls. I must say, there were some of the girls like are playing like at key moments they are playing very well, but sometimes the quality really just drops. The boys are playing okay. I think Rafael Felix is playing very well. Yeah, I can definitely single him out. I'm not sure what his rating is, but I think he's performing very high in his games. I know the name, but I can't place a face. Tweak, but maybe he could tweak his opening a little bit, because at some point in his openings he's coming out not as well set up as he should be. And also, the one area he can definitely improve is his middle game positional play. He's missing some stuff. When you have an advantage how to convert, that's something to look at, because the game he won now could have easily gone the wrong way, but it was entertaining. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I'll try and see if I can cover it again tomorrow. I now need to prepare some of the kids that are playing in tournaments outside Cape Town, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.